Art Groupie there by Grace Jones here on Juice 107.2. You're listening to Brighton Nights with Kelly Westlake, and we're talking visual art here in the studio this evening. We're specifically talking about the exhibition 9, which is happening from today over at the Naked Eye Gallery in Hove. And I'm joined in the studio by Oleg, Tom and Stuart, and we're chatting about not just their work but the other guys. Speaking of which, let's briefly summarise who else is in the exhibition. So who else have we got?
Well, we've got Polly Skeet, who does illustration and mixed media, Luke Heath, fine art, illustration and painting, Robert Rinn, collage, mixed media and paper sculpture, Catherine Parsons, also sculpture, gilding, ready-made assemblage, Sarah Walpole, abstract paintings, and Victoria Gould, fine art painting. And then the three of us.
Victoria Gould actually got in the Royal Academy Summer Show last year.
I read that, and something sold pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Robert Rinn has also exhibited in the mall galleries, I think, and places like that in London.
So some very experienced exhibitors. Presumably all works are for sale, is that the case?
Yes, yeah.
Yep. What sort of price range are we talking, starting from roughly how much?
Well, they can go from, I think, about 75.
Actually, it's from about 10.
That's right, yes.
These guys are open to whatever.
Yeah, £10 to £2,500.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
I want to get one free. So roughly, well, is that true that you can get something for a tenner?
One of Vicky's paintings, I think, is £10.
So a mere £10, right the way up
it.
to what sort of price?
I think about 1,000.
2,600.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? There's one for
Oleg's
2,000.
one's the
That's
most.
Oleg's.
But generally they're around about 100 to 300. I think that's about the average, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what most of the works are priced at.
Yeah.
And there's also some prints there as well, and postcards, which are of course a great deal cheaper.
Oh,
You'll
of
be glad to know.
Stuart, you've been working on a huge piece, haven't you?
I have, yes.
How big is that piece?
It's A1 size.
Okay.
Which is called Non-Euclidean Worcestershire, and it's based on where I lived back in the 90s. And it's just lots of really, really tangled undergrowth, and the path leading through this undergrowth. And it's kind of about nostalgia and half-remembered things. So you've got you've got tarot cards hidden in the undergrowth, you've got childhood toys, you've got a supermarket bag full of half-eaten apples, and it's really about creating something you can just kind of fall into, really.
What does Euclidean mean?
Yeah, this is the kind of thing like, even I'm not too clear on.
Is that a made-up word?
No, it's not a made-up word. Right, but there's Euclidean geometry, which is basically where 3 angles of a triangle add up to 90 degrees.
And not 180, which is what you would expect.
Oh yeah, it should be adding up to 180.
Okay.
What do the right angles of a triangle add up to?
180.
180.
Okay.
Right, so non-Euclidean geometry is where something's gone wrong with geometry and the angles won't add up to 180, so they'll add up to more or less.
Okay.
There was a writer called H.P. Lovecraft,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
who would use a lot of kind of places built along the lines of non-Euclidean geometry, and I applied that kind of idea to the picture because a lot of the perspective seemed to be a bit warped. So it was sort of like a non-Euclidean landscape, and it was quite hard to tell distance and where you were when you were sort of like drawing it, which is half done on purpose and half not. It's everything I do seems to just have a life of its own, really.
A question for all of you. Is it ever the case that you get really attached to a piece of work and it's hard to let it go?
Definitely.
Yeah.
In fact, that's why I've priced my Bali landscape for 2,600.
Because you're hoping to hang on to that one.
Exactly.
You do realise that's tempting fate. But hey, it would be lovely. It would be lovely to sell it, of course. So that's your pièce de résistance, clearly.
Yeah.
Tom, what's yours in the exhibition?
I suppose it would be hard to let go of the self-portrait photorealistic one, because it was a lot of work went into it, and
6 months.
I'm quite proud of it, so it would be hard to let that one go. But, yeah.
Having said that, though, it's all up for grabs.
Yeah.
So what is next art-wise for each of you? Oleg, what's next for you? What are you working on currently?
Probably will continue with the Bali theme. It's been really inspiring, especially basing paintings on the sculptures I saw there.
Do you sculpt at all?
I don't, but given me an idea there, and I might look into it.
I think Barley gave you that idea, not me. And Tom, what's next, or what's currently happening for you?
Well, I mean, it's all been working up to this really for now, and now it's done. haven't really thought that far ahead, apart from just continue on painting.
Okay. And Stuart, you're going to attempt an A1 drawing again?
Well, I promise myself every time I'm not going to attempt something that large again, but you can guarantee within a week I'll come up with some A0 card in the studio.
So it's not the first huge piece you've produced?
No,
okay.
I've done a couple before.
And
I get so sick of them by the end of them.
It sounds to me like that might be a case of history repeating itself.
Yes.
Again. Guys, thank you very much for dropping by Juice 107.2. Here's to a really successful exhibition. Lots of interest from punters. And I look forward to dropping by myself very soon in the next fortnight. It is on, of course, until the 30th of the month, so a full fortnight, starting today, Wednesday the 16th. Free entry, of course, but hoping that people might pick up a piece or two while they are there. Something we should say is the Naked Eye website. Do you know the web address for the gallery?
Yeah, it should be www.nakedeyegallery.com.
And the opening hours?
10 to 6 every day, closed on Tuesdays, and Sunday 12 to 4. And there is a private view on Friday the 18th of September.
Is that invitation only?
Not strictly.
So if people are interested in coming along this Friday evening, how do they find out? Do they go online?
They can go on the Naked Eye website.
And the details of the private view are there. That's this Friday evening, which is the 18th
Yes.
of September.
Yeah.
Lovely.
7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. until
10 p.m.
7 till 10 this Friday evening. Thanks again, chaps. Nice to talk to you.